Today we're unboxing the Elegoo Mercury V2 wash and cure station for 3D printing. Now we got this in order to go along with our Elegoo Mars 3. But make sure before we unbox it, you follow us. So we're going to unbox this and see what it comes with. Now these wash and cure stations are actually really good because, you don't technically need them to work with your 3D printer, right? You could, wash your product yourself in, whatever, if it's water soluble or alcohol, depending on what you're printing with. For instance, we like to actually print with, a lot of times, the water soluble resins. So it makes it a little bit easier. So that way you don't have to keep all the alcohol around in order to, make sure you have all that stuff on hand. So it comes with a booklet. Now it is pretty well packed, as you can see here. Okay, so that's the unit. So you can see it's pretty well packed. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna pull out all the packing and remove the unit. Okay, so here's the unit. Very similar construct to the print stations, right? You have a base and then you have your casing, your shroud, and inside of that, is where you're doing your work. In this case, instead of printing, it's washing and curing. So we're gonna open this up. Now, as you can see, this one has the red shroud, this one has a yellow shroud. On your wash and cure station, I'm just gonna put this aside, peel this off real quick. So now with these shrouds, they're a hard plastic. So I don't want to say they're fragile, but if you drop these things, you have pretty good odds of cracking them because of the way the plastic they're made out of. So here we can see is our Mercury 2. Okay, we're going to just remove this. Now this is the wash station, right? There is a platform that goes around here. We're just going to open this up. Let's see what's inside here. There is a basket, I know that. It's sealed pretty tightly, guys. There we go. So we're going to remove our packing. Okay. So if you can see in there, there's actually a little agitator. So when you're putting it on here, what happens is, let's just move this out of the way so you guys can see this. On this plate here, there's a little rotating table. And what happens is this gets seated in here. And this agitator inside of there spins. That's what actually helps you wash the product. So it agitates the water around it in order to clean it. Now this is the basket that you put everything in, okay? Here's our power supply for the unit. Which we see here. Here is some Allen keys that we probably need to use in order to tighten and untighten things here and there. And here's another plate. Now, my guess is this is the plate for curing. So it's going to go here, and it is magnetic, so it locked right on when we put it down. But you can see this is the plate you're going to use to cure. The lights come here as your product, as your 3D print is spinning, it's curing it evenly around all sides. So let's just put this back together real quick so you can see what it looks like, fully assembled. So we're just going to throw our basket in here. You'll see here is where your wash and cure goes. And even that has a magnetic piece to it. This is where your top goes. We're just gonna clamp this down. And this is our unit. Now, if we put it next to our Mercury 3, if you have the Mercury 3 already or the Mercury 2, it gives you a comparison for size. So these are your two units. Now, what's really cool about this is this doesn't take a whole lot of space. So if you're new to resin 3D printing, it's a pretty cool setup where you have everything in one place, in one small area, and you can start 3D printing right away.